This is the Pre-Shift Podcast with Frank, Liz, and Jonesy, giving you a triple shot of unfiltered industry truth.
Let's just
keep it going.
Let's just roll into this. This is the first unofficial 2 minute men, the 2 minute men, 1 minute men.
Slash God's mistakes.
We're still working on that. Just a couple of God's mistakes. This is Frank from the Pre-Shift Podcast, as I'm sure you all know. And I'm with my boy Irving, man. Irving's in the building today.
You've seen me before.
Yeah.
I was on Pre-Shift on one of the live events.
He was on one of the episodes we had burned from the internet because it was such a mess. Nah, he was on our Tucson show, man. And that was good times. That was shit. What was that, a year ago?
A little over a year ago.
Yeah, basically
the original stomping grounds.
Yeah, it was a year ago, man. That's where we met, dude. Tucson, Arizona, the old Pueblo. It's one of the it's where Jones is. It's part of the Pre-Shift roots, you know?
The original roots.
The original roots.
Listen, we used to do this all the time in the backyard with no camera.
Oh yeah,
those are the episodes we should have recorded.
Yeah.
You should have seen.
Oh yeah, those are the episodes that were pure magic back in the days when I was still cool. You know?
Oh, that's a trick statement. You've never been cool.
I was never cool. But yeah, man, that was back in the party days for your old boy Frank.
Oh man.
Yeah, me and Irv came up.
Like we were just catching up in the car and we were wondering, like, how are we still alive after all those stupid things we've done?
Oh man, it's absurd. It's absurd. You can't even remember all of them when you've known someone long enough.
Yeah, but I don't want to remember.
Well,
it's a good thing I don't remember.
I don't remember him anyway. So good, that makes both of us, dude. Yeah, but that was fun times, man. You know, couple young assholes coming up in the bar
this world,
business.
getting away from our parents the first time.
Yeah,
he didn't have to pick tomatoes for 10 cents, a tomato out in the fields of Benson anymore.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, bro. I remember my dad did that. He took me out. My dad took me out to a carrot farm. He took me out to a carrot farm and made me work there for a weekend. Yeah. I was like,
how much did they pay you?
Oh shit, I don't know. I was like fucking 10.
They're like this. No one will buy these carrots.
Yeah.
They're yours now. Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, I was like, man. Yeah, I ain't cut out for this shit. No, dude, that's rough. Yeah, people need to chill out, man. Give some respect to the people working out in those fields, bro. That's
work, a rough
bro.
Life.
You want to talk real work, man? Shit, you know, you're from where are you born at, Irv?
Born in the middle of the jungle of the Philippines.
Man, the Philippines.
Have you ever seen the movie Apocalypse Now? When they say, I love the smell of napalm in the morning, I was born there.
That was his diapers, actually. Yeah, man. That was Irving's diapers.
The burnt banana leaves left over from the filming was my diaper. It was great. You couldn't tell whether I shit myself or not. It was already brown.
Good times, dude. How old were you when you came over to the U.S.? I
was probably around 10 years old when I got smuggled into America.
Oh, Jesus, dude. How, man, a lot of memories, dude. Because here's the thing, man. 10 years old, you're going to remember a lot of that.
No. Like, I speak Tagalog just as well as I speak English.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Yeah.
When I've been drinking, the accent comes out.
Oh, it starts to come out.
Yeah.
That I'm sure you lose over time, though, right? You lose the accent a little bit.
You lose the accent a little, but I've always been speaking English. I went to a bunch of international schools where you only spoke English.
Yeah.
So like math class was in English.
Oh, all right.
So, you know, I'm a little more well-versed than your average fob.
I get it. What, so 10 years old, come to the U.S.
Got smuggled in the U.S.
Smuggled.
Smuggled.
What the hell was that like?
Look, I didn't set it up. I was a child,
Obviously.
but they handed me a passport, took me to the airport, and they were like, "This is your mom and your brother now." And I'm like, "Hello, strangers."
Oh, man.
And
That's
then-
crazy.
And then we flew across the world.
Yeah, you never met these people before.
Like maybe a time or two at like a party for a few minutes, but I didn't know them.
Yeah.
You know, at some point we were in Korea and like immigration there was asking a little too many questions and I just had to pretend like I spoke no language.
Oh, wow.
Because I didn't want to admit that. I'm like, I don't know this lady. I don't know this kid next to me.
You're 10.
Yeah.
You're 10 and you're trying to get through customs.
Yeah. In Korea. like I speak Korean? Like, no.
Yeah,
And then, and then my parents met me at the airport at LAX.
wow, dude. That's that's a little nuts. Like having to do something crazy like that being so young.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nothing's really gonna phase you for a while after that.
No, like at that point, I was like, well, anything could happen. Because like my parents left and I was in the Philippines kind of like by myself.
Yeah.
Being, now you're with this uncle for the year. Now you're with this aunt for the year.
Yeah, because that's a thing, man. You come to the US, you handle business here.
Yeah.
You take care of the family back home.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically every Filipino I've ever met, bro.
Yeah, like I'm sure my dad's put a lot of relatives through college that my mom doesn't know about.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure there's a lot of funds going back to the Philippines, just helping and supporting, which is, look, that's the Filipino way. That's the immigrant way.
Yeah.
That's even with Mexicans, like that's how it is.
Absolutely.
So that's just part of life because you're the one that got the opportunity to leave. So like it's up to you to help out.
It's
because they help you out to get here too.
Yeah.
It's not like your average person can afford a plane ticket back in the 80s.
Right.
So
especially when you're smuggling yourself onto the plane, basically.
Yeah, and like here's the thing with that lady. She took like the long route. Because we were in Korea for like 24 hours. Like,
okay.
And then we went to Korea and we had Italian food. And I was like, what the fuck is this lady? Like, we're in Korea and we're having Italian food?
That's good. Okay, so that's got to be culture shock, man.
She just died recently because of Las Vegas.
What do you mean because of Las Vegas?
She got COVID in Vegas and her and husband died from the COVID.
Oh, damn.
Because of Vegas, man. She just lived life to the fullest.
I don't know if that's
smuggling kids, gambling in Vegas during the pandemic. Like, that lady was living the life.
What's coyote in Tagalog?
Hey, man. That's just everyday life.
That's just everyday life. Okay.
That's just I got some money. You want to do some things for that money? There's no word for it. It's I need some money.
I get it, dude. That's okay, man. So you're a kid. What's the biggest change, like moving from the Philippines to the U.S.?
At first, I mean, this is like the little kid in you, right?
Yeah.
Because I've never been anywhere. I come from the jungle. I thought everything was fake. Like that Truman Show, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this is the most elaborate trick my parents are playing on me. I was like, man, like they must be rich. Like they hired all these white people to pretend like we're in America.
Really?
Yeah, like that's the kind of things that you run through your head when you're a kid.
Yeah, when you're a kid, dude.
Yeah.
So what?
Like it was odd.
So you thought it wasn't even this life wasn't even real.
Yeah, for a little while, like when you're a kid, you never know what's real and what's not real.
Yeah.
Right? Because like I remember when I saw a white guy for the first time, like I followed him around.
How old were you?
I don't know, like 6.
I
think he was Australian.
In the Philippines.
Yeah, like he was out in like our little jungle town.
Because that's the first time you saw somebody.
I saw like a real white guy.
That didn't look like you.
Yeah, and I was like, holy crap, like they're real.
Yeah.
So like I followed him around the market for a little while.
That's crazy. So childhood in the Philippines, like, because this is what, in the 80s?
Yeah.
So you guys have TV? Like where you live? Did you have TV? Like
there was a TV, but like it would work on like a Wednesday at like 8 o'clock.
When it wasn't raining?
Like the signals went up the mountain like the right way.
Like it had to bounce off the right
but
mountain?
we had to like, there was a lot of like Betamax rentals. Not even VHS, like Betamax.
Yeah.
renting some Survivor Series 8. You know, WrestleMania 7 on Betamax.
You thought Hulk Hogan was like,
and it wasn't even
the
like
president.
It wasn't even like the official, like, you know, it was a copy of a copy of a copy that somebody was like renting out of their like living room.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
That's crazy, man. See, that's the thing. Like, it's weird hearing that because, you know, whenever you're a kid, you know, depending on where you grow up, you think every kid grows up like that.
Yeah.
Like you don't know anything else.
Yeah, like the only reference I had to America was what I saw in the movies or TV or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So maybe it's an East Coast, West Coast thing. Like in the movies that I was watching, like in school, they were all like one building.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, my class is on like the 4th floor.
Yeah.
Right? But you grew up in like LA part of, you know?
Yeah.
There's no like 2nd floor. It's like, it's just spread out. Like you're in a trailer, like out in the field.
Absolutely.
Instead of building up. So that's why I was like, this can't be America. Right?
Yeah.
Because like, I was just like, that's not what I saw on TV. Or like, there's no snow. What is this? Like that kind of thing. Or like an apartment complex. We lived in an apartment complex when we first moved here. Like we shared a 2-bedroom apartment with another family.
Yeah.
And I'm in my mind, I'm like, that's not what I saw in America.
Real, right?
That's why I kept thinking everything was fake. For a little while, like the first like year or two, I was just like, this can't be real. Like, this is not the America that I saw. This ain't no American dream.
Yeah.
You know?
What was
where's the milk and honey? Where's the golden sidewalk?
It's Bud Light and McDonald's is the milk and honey here.
Like, goddamn, man.
So what was the biggest like what was like the hardest part, the hardest adjustment? Was it like learning a new language?
Well, like I said, I already spoke enough English when I got here, but my parents were always worried. Look, the biggest change was I was living with my father for real for the first time.
Yeah.
For like in memory. Because I never remembered my father being in the Philippines outside of like when he would come visit.
Yeah.
So like living with like your father there, like telling you things to do, like that was really hard. You know, and he was so worried about, like my brother doesn't speak Tagalog. Like he spoke a little when he was younger.
Older brother, younger brother?
My younger brother. But like they were so worried about, or he was so worried about me fitting in that like I remember sitting in the bathroom on the toilet with the laundry basket and the dictionary.
Yeah.
And he had a tape recorder. And I would start from A, like aardvark. And then you would read the definition. And I just sat there reading the dictionary.
To learn the language.
Out loud to myself. Because he didn't want, because he probably had a difficult time when he first moved here. You know, I'm sure there was a lot of.
That's all he knows.
Yeah, I'm sure he had like a lot of, not necessarily racism, but, you know, along the ways of microaggression of people thinking he had an accent or he didn't understand the language. So like, it was things like that I was just like, this is not what I'm used to.
Yeah.
Or just, not that by any means we were rich in the Philippines, but there was always like a maid, right? So that was weird.
Yeah.
You know, like somebody's not doing your laundry like in the river outside kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, like going to the laundromat. Like those little things were the ones I was like, this is different. This is not what I expected at all.
Yeah.
Right. And at that point, like I remember I visited an aunt in Jersey and they're like, what do you want to see? And I was like, I want to see Sesame Street. I hear that. If you show me Sesame Street, America might be real.
I want Elmo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they took me to like a water park that was Sesame Street themed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shit, man, America's fake. This shit ain't real.
So,
or like you don't see a lot of Mexicans in Southern California. Like that's not what you expected, right?
Yeah.
So when you're watching Home Alone, you didn't see any Mexicans in Home Alone.
You expect Chris McAllister to be everywhere.
I'm like, yo, man, like Pancho down the street's trying to sell me oranges from the freeway exit. That's not the America that I saw.
Because all you knew America from
was just film.
Was from films and TV shows.
Yeah.
So not only were you having to adjust to a new language, immerse yourself different cultures, but a different lifestyle.
Different lifestyle. And you were wary of it, you know, like just the culture, like being Filipino. Like we would, for for the Filipinos out there. I don't even know if any Filipinos listen to this.
Hell yeah. Joe Coy's listening now.
Joe Coy, man, keep trying. But there's this fish called tuyo, right? Tuyo, which is a dried fish. We usually eat it for breakfast.
Yeah.
Right? I remember frying it up in the balcony of our apartment, hiding, because it smells like ass.
Yeah.
Fried ass.
Yeah.
With some fish on it.
Yeah.
And just hiding, frying it while it's smoking. And this white guy comes along the courtyard and he goes, "What the fuck? What the fuck is that smell?" And me and my dad just under the balcony, like giggling.
Yeah.
Because we're like, we know it smells like ass and it tastes like delicious ass.
But it's breakfast, baby.
But it's breakfast, baby. And they're just sitting there, like.
Yeah.
So stuff like that. Because I didn't eat like American food.
Mm-hmm.
What was that kind of stuff?
What was the biggest difference that you noticed in like Filipino culture from being in the Philippines as opposed to being Filipino in the U.S.?
Well, Filipino in the U.S., it's just a matter. In the Philippines, you got family around all the time.
Yeah.
Right? Like there's like 4 families in one house.
Yeah.
But you're all related.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody was like always around. So that was like the most difficult part. We had family here. But they were like, we were living in Orange County and they were living in like Cerritos.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like, hey, I'm just going to walk down the street. It was always like that. I'm bored. I'm walking down the street. I'm going to go see some family.
You always got cousins.
Yeah. You always got cousins or somebody's
around.
coming. It always like, you got to plan things out. Like, hey, maybe in 2 weeks, like we could go over there or they can come over here.
Yeah.
So like, that's just the biggest difference, and my parents at the time couldn't afford babysitter.
Yeah.
So I was like,
you're taking care of yourself.
So I was literally by myself, like in the apartment, running around like the apartment complex with the other kids.
Cooking fish.
No, like, right? I can cook well, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's a got to give the Filipinos props on that one, man.
Yeah.
Everybody can cook.
But like I cook well, but at some point in my life, I'm like, 10 years old. My parents are coming home at like 11 at night after their hospital shift or their nursing shift. And I've made dinner. Like I've made real dinner, like rice and sinigang, like that kind of stuff. And I'm like 10 years old.
What's sinigang for the people that don't know?
Sinigang is like a tamarind soup, a sour soup with some pork. Just Filipino food is whatever we can find, we put it in a pot. Enjoy.
Nothing wasted.
Yeah, nothing wasted.
The nails, the bones.
Those are the best parts. You guys don't know, but dog is the most delicious meat.
Oh, don't say that, man. Oh, you're going to break some hearts out there. You're going to break some hearts.
Yeah, man. That's the perfect meat. A dog has like a litter of like 6. A cow only releases 1 cow. Takes like a year to grow. You got like 6 grown pups in like 6 months.
Man, I'm going to be honest. I don't know if he's joking right now. I don't know if he's joking. I don't know if he's joking. I don't know if I want to know if he's joking.
Man.
But hey, man, you know what? You know what I will say? Depending on what's going on, man, you can't judge what people are eating, man. You're hungry, you're hungry. Man. You're hungry, you're hungry.
Choosing food is like a problem. Like it's a luxury.
That's a luxury. That's a luxury we have.
Oh, you got to choose what you ate today.
Yeah.
Oh, here was my luxury. You got to eat today.
All right, let's okay. Let's take it back, man. Yeah. You're in the Philippines.
All right.
What's the weirdest thing you ever ate? That would be weird to American culture.
Ah, man. It's not even that it's weird because you guys eat it, you just don't know you're eating it.
Yeah.
Right? My mom says, I don't remember this in the sense that when I ate it, I didn't know that's what it was.
Yeah.
But like the complaint with me was I was always talkative, right? Okay. Kindergarten, whatever, like in like the report card, your kid talks too much.
Yeah.
And like it's one of those weird jungle tales of like, if you feed them this, it'll keep them quiet.
Yeah.
So I've had a barbecued pig's vagina.
Oh, wow. Okay. Barbecued.
Grilled pig's vagina.
So let me get this straight. If a kid in the Philippines can't keep his mouth shut, they're like, hey, keep it up. Keep it up.
Yeah.
Or we're going to feed you this.
Yeah. But then you're like, nah, it's delicious. You're like, I'm going to keep talking so you give me another one.
Now I can't shut up, Mom. Thanks a lot.
This is your fault now.
So what? 2 things. one, what does it taste like? Two, how do you cook that?
Yeah, man, like you cut it off and put a little soy sauce and some, calamansi on there, and you throw it on the grill. Like, I don't know.
And you just grill it like it's tacos?
Yeah, you grill it like it's some grilled bacon.
Man,
Imagine bacon, but more delicious. I don't know. I don't know how to explain barbecued pig's vagina.
So that's what barbecued pig's vagina tastes like. It tastes like vagina, just better.
Yeah, it's barbecued now.
You hear that, Sweet Baby Ray's?
Yeah.
You hear that?
Yeah. Try and market to that.
Oh, man.
No, but like balut, you know that balut, that egg or that duck egg?
Oh, I've never done it. Here's anybody out there listening, tell them what balut is.
Balut is a duck embryo. It's about a few days away from hatching.
Uh-huh.
And you boil it and you cook it.
You boil it.
Yeah, you cook the entire egg, but it's already formed in there.
Okay.
So when you crack it open, a little salt, a little patis, a little vinegar, like fish sauce.
Yeah.
You drink the broth in there.
Oh, man.
Which is like the best chicken noodle broth I've ever had in my life. But then you're like, you look at it and you're like, oh, that's some eyes looking back at me.
Man,
That's a little feather. That's a little beak. Usually the best part is when you can't feel the crunch. Like it's all mush still. But every now and then you're like, hey, that's a little beak right there. Let me save that for later.
Oh, man.
In case I need a toothpick later.
That's a little tough. That's a little tough for me, man. I don't know.
I can't do it anymore. I tried. I tried the last time I was in the Philippines, and that's the thing. Like, I've become a little westernized now. Like, I still do like a bunch of crazy stuff.
I get it. You can say what it is. They call it whitewash.
I got a little whitewash. I grew up in Orange County.
They call it
California.
whitewash. You ain't eating no duck beak no more out of the ground.
No, but like, but I'll still drink the broth. I'll still, I'll still eat a little piece of it, but like.
What it tastes like?
There's no explanation. It's the most concentrated form of like chicken broth, or duck broth. So that poultry broth, when you're like they said, like it's the best like concentrated chicken noodle soup, if you can imagine chicken noodle soup.
Yeah.
It's that, but
I mean, it sounds delicious.
It is delicious. If you put yourself beyond, like the entire thing that you said about like the pig's vagina. Like you're eating pig's vagina every time you eat like a hot dog.
Every time you eat bacon, you
every
don't
time
even know
you eat
what the
hot
hell
dog,
it is.
every time you eat Vienna sausage, every time you eat Spam.
Yeah.
You're eating a little pig's vagina.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it is what
like
it is.
Like every time you eat a little chicken, every time you eat a little McNugget, I'm telling you, there's a little embryo in there.
Here's the thing. That's what I tell myself.
Yeah, but like, so everybody's had it. They just aren't wary of it. It's the same people who's like, I eat fish, but like, it's got to be like a fish stick.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
you're ridiculous.
Like, I don't want to look at it in the face.
You don't even know what the hell that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, man, especially living out here in the U.S., I mean, you're so mentally detached from the work that it actually takes to put that
food
on your plate, man.
Well, yeah, because like my dad owned like a pig farm, a chicken farm, you know, like a little ranch here and there. So like I remember being like, oh yeah, that's gonna be dinner next week, or hey, like we're taking that, we're cutting that throat next week.
Yeah,
so you hear like a pig squealing like in the backyard, and you're like, it's going down.
It's real work. I feel like people think they go to the grocery store and there's just some,
like it just came out as a T-bone, which is what they're trying to do. That's what the fucked up thing with
no thanks, bro.
When they're trying to grow it from a stem cell to like now it's just a rump roast.
Yeah, all that lab meat.
I don't want that either.
Hell no, PETA. Sorry, PETA. Not gonna happen. Not here. Not on this plate, man. Like circle of life.
That's why I support you not eating it.
Absolutely.
But like, you can't come at me to be like, you can't eat it.
Well, yeah. And here's the thing. Just shut up about it. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm not wearing fur. Isn't that enough?
Well,
one
not
step
even
at a time.
You don't see me protesting outside of Sweet Tomatoes, right? You don't see me protesting every time you're putting iceberg lettuce in your mouth.
I'll protest out there for you to be like, hey man, pay them more than 10 cents for that goddamn tomato.
I'll go.
Protest that.
How about that? I mean, those are facts.
Well, then like back with the dog thing, like cows in India.
They're worshipped.
Right? They're a deity.
Yeah.
Right? They don't eat cows over there. But I don't see a bunch of Indians like protesting here being like, don't eat our deity, don't eat our God. But like for some reason, because of our luxury, we feel compelled to be like, don't eat that. You don't get to eat that.
Yeah. And
it's like, yeah, man, you don't know what life is like over there.
Yeah. It's like, man, get the hell off your laptop in Starbucks. Like, it's real easy.
Yeah.
It's real easy to be pissed off when you're sipping
or even your coffee. Like, you know how much it takes to fucking grow a coffee bean? Like, goddamn.
Yeah. That's work, man. That's the thing. Like, that's the weird part of this life is where, you know, we're so far.
We're just detached from everything. Everything's a product. And you got to start from the beginning. You got to see it from the beginning so that you can appreciate it. So that you know what you're processing. And by all means, like, I know some of those people growing that food ain't treating those things right.
Yeah.
I'm against that too, by all means.
Absolutely.
You know? So I'll support PETA in that way.
Absolutely.
But like, I will fully support a place that's growing it humanely and it's not.
Yeah. Like, here's the thing, man. I'm eating chicken. There ain't nothing you can tell me. I'm eating chicken.
Yeah, but
I'm eating it.
But I'll eat something better.
Yeah.
Chicken's like.
I'm a chicken guy, man. I'm a chicken guy.
Yeah, you got no flavor in your life. You don't like flavor. That's why at some point when you get drunk, you get turned into a Francois.
Oh, DJ F250.
DJ
F250.
All right, let me tell you a story. DJ F250, because it's not Frank, but Frank and I used to hang out at a place called the Wooden Nickel.
Oh hell no! Oh, and
we just roll in one day, being like, we're just gonna have a couple of drinks. It was down the street from the house. We're like, we'll just walk a block.
Oh, yeah.
We can get as drunk as we want. No DUIs. We're out there.
Yeah, that's just real quick snippet. That's, man, when you can find a home bar.
A home bar.
That's within stumbling distance.
Yeah, like I can put myself in auto drive and no matter what, I end up in the vicinity of my couch.
You could blindfold me, twist me around 10 times.
Yeah.
Plug my nose. I'm going to find a way home.
Yeah.
I'm going to get home. Take my phone, take my wallet. I'm going to find a way home.
Well, no, because I remember that house. We got so drunk. I just passed out on the couch. It was the very first time I ever slept over at that house. I passed out on that couch.
Yeah.
So I don't know what door leads to what.
Yeah.
But at some point, I got to piss. We've been drinking all night.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to pee outside. It's a nice day.
Oh, there's nothing here.
Right?
Man.
But here's the problem. That goddamn house was a prison. Every door was locked. Like, you couldn't get out. There's bars on the doors.
Oh, in that neighborhood? Auto lock.
I couldn't get out. Dude, I just sat there. I was turning yellow. Like, I was gonna start puking up my piss.
You
at
should
that
have
point.
pissed in the sink.
No, it would have been the first time I'd done it.
Yeah, Irving's trying to say he was so drunk, he didn't know how to work a door handle.
No. Derek, you know they were locked. Like, you needed a key to get out. And at some point, I was like, I think I'll just crawl out the window.
Hey.
There's bars in every opening of this house. There was bars on top of, like, the chimney.
Hey,
like,
man.
Santa ain't coming.
Hey, there's some neighborhoods Santa ain't welcome. Santa ain't welcome to the Wooden Nickel, man. Yeah, it is what it is.
If Santa was out there, he'd be drinking at the Wooden Nickel next to us. Listen to F Love 2000. This DJ was so big.
Oh,
he was so big.
DJ Big Pun, we call him.
DJ Big Pun. He was DJing sitting down. Because he couldn't get up. He couldn't get up. And I don't think he was even DJing because he didn't have the strength.
Yeah, that's
it was like a lot of play and then like volume control.
Hey, that's when you know you're ripping the audience off.
Oh,
come on, man. Hey, here's the thing. I'm a big guy. Irv's a big guy. Stand up, man. You're DJ. You can't DJ
you're
sitting
at
down.
Work. This ain't an office job. Get your ass up.
Oh yeah, good times, man. Yeah, we had a lot of good times. I remember.
Right? Whose house was that? I can't. Sergio.
That was my boy Sergio.
Sergio's house. Where's he at now? Where's he at these days?
Sergio's still in Tucson.
Is he?
Yeah. Sergio's one of our buddies from back home.
Man.
Yeah, that was DJ Big Pun.
DJ Big Pun.
Yeah, but so wait, so taking it back a little bit. So you're growing up in Orange County, man.
Yeah.
Orange County. How you end up in Arizona?
Went to school at U of A. It was the furthest my parents would let me go. To also to a place that like didn't have relatives.
Yeah.
Right. So
because that's a thing, right?
I just wanted to like get away, and by no means were my family bad at all. I just wanted to like get away.
Yeah, you got.
I didn't want to be like within driving distance, like that kind of thing. So like
at some point,
at first I wanted to go to somewhere in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Right. But then I realized my godmother was there, and she was going to check up on me way more than my mom at that point.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to go to school like far away, so like New York, Syracuse, Ithaca. Like I was going to go there. I got accepted to a couple of those schools.
What were you going to go to school for?
Dude, at that point, I didn't even know
anything.
Just anything. Like I said, you know, I am so happy for people that go to college, like right at college, when they know early what they want.
Yeah.
Like I wish I was that way.
Yeah.
Like
I
just
just knew you wanted to get away from home.
I just wanted to experience life away. And even now, like, you know, I travel as much as I can.
Yeah.
Because I just want to always like kind of experience things. So, but my aunt, I remember like talking to her. She's from Jersey. And she's like, do you know, like, you're an island boy.
Yeah.
And then you went to Southern California. Like,
yeah.
I don't think you're ready for like snow.
Yeah.
And then like she was right.
Yeah, she was right.
Like I remember, I was like, yeah.
Yeah, that's
like we would go to Big Bear to like hang out in the snow. I'm like, yeah, this is so much fun.
Yeah.
Like I want to experience this. Yeah.
For vacation. For 18 hours.
Yeah, for 18 hours.
For
like
2 days.
Yeah, you don't want that for 18 days.
Yeah,
of like, you know, that kind of thing. No. So I ended up in the desert because it was the furthest away my parents would kind of let me go. It was within like an hour flight if I need to get back home as soon as possible. And then like the weather, I was like, well, I haven't experienced the desert, so I guess we'll try the desert.
Yeah.
And then like, you know, I never left.
That's all right, man.
Yeah.
That's cool. And you know, yeah, that's a thing. You know, I feel like that's a culture thing, and a lot of cultures where, you know, the family wants to keep you close.
Well, especially with like a Filipino family. Like, I'm going to say, for the most part, like any immigrant family in general.
Yeah.
Because like it took so much for us to get here. Like now we want to let you go far away again, you know?
Yeah.
So they try and keep close.
I get it.
So my brother stayed in town, Cal State Fullerton. So he was always, and look, and it depends on the personality. He never wanted to leave. You know, my cousin, like went to UCSD in San Diego. But I think she wanted to go far too.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. And then my other cousin, she went to Cornell. So eventually it was okay for people. It was okay for people to start going far away.
It became okay.
But it also became like so I went to Arizona. I'm still in Arizona. My cousin is in London, living in London now.
Yeah.
So I think like our parents realized the possibility of if you go away, you might not come back. And we're the two that's still not in California. You know?
Yeah. And you know, well, I mean, times change. You know, different times, you know, well, that and like the places we came from wasn't bad. It wasn't like Benson where you need to escape. You know, like absolutely.
Right?
Well, and not only that, but now it's like, oh, we got cell phones. You know what I'm saying? It used to be like, hey, you leave, I might not hear from you for 10 years.
Well, no, I remember my mom, like every day, like expected a phone call. And like once a week, I get a phone call of her crying, being like, you don't call it home enough.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, like your family's like across the world in the Philippines.
Yeah.
You know, like you never were crying to be like, I can't talk to him on the phone.
Yeah.
But you know, like it's your kid, tough. It's the first time. So I get it. Like in hindsight now, I get it. But at the time I was like, what, like, Mom, like, what am I going to talk to you about tomorrow? Like I went to class.
Yeah.
It's the desert. It's 105 degrees today.
Yeah.
It was 104 yesterday. Like, what else are we going to talk about, Mom?
Yeah,
like,
I get it. Yeah, but hey, Mom can get it all. Mom,
I know.
Mom
no,
like
I said, in hindsight, like, I feel bad I didn't call more often.
Yeah.
Like, kind of thing.
But I get it. Yeah, but that's, you know, it's tough. Monday morning quarterback, you know?
Yeah.
So you still got lots of family back home.
In the Philippines?
In the Philippines.
Yeah. Like majority of my family is still in the Philippines.
When's the last time you went back?
Right before the pandemic. Mm-hmm. Like I went over there. I was there for about 2-3 weeks. hanging out in the jungle.
What's the biggest difference that you remember from living there as a kid as to going back as an adult?
Their technology. You know, like if you wanted to make a phone call when I was a kid, like you had to go to the operator's office.
Oh, wow. So wait, so, like, what was that like?
Well, no, like I remember my dad was living in the US and then he would call the operator to be like, I'm going to call back in like at 2:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And then the operator's office would send a messenger to the house and be like, hey, like he's going to call at 2 in the afternoon. So you get your ass over to the operator's office.
You hear that, kids?
Like,
you hear that, kids?
Yeah. So like now, or you know, now they have like cell phones and all these things. They had HBO.
Oh man.
They're watching like Game of Thrones. I'm like, we're out in the middle of the jungle, like having a bonfire. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? They're like, I don't know, man. Like the new episode of Game of Thrones just came out. I'm like, it's just weak now. It's embarrassing now. Because like when you come from places like that, it's always nostalgic. Right.
Yeah.
So you always want it to be the way it is.
That's part of the reason you go back home.
That's why you want to go back, you know, like, especially with me, with like all the cousins, because there was a lot of like grandchildren.
Yeah.
I was born in my grandmother's bed in the bedroom. Like everybody else was kind of born in the hospital.
Yeah.
Kind of
See,
thing.
that's
I was born in
a throwback.
I was born on the same bed my grandfather died in.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and the doctor was my aunt.
Yeah,
like
a lot of nurses.
The nurse was my little cousin who was like 4 years old.
A lot of nurses. A lot of nurses in the...
Yeah,
a lot of Philippines, man.
Guaranteed
a lot of Filipino
money,
nurses.
baby.
What? How did that
and
become
we're
a thing?
caring people.
Yeah.
Let me throw that out there.
Yeah, I'm not mad.
We're capable.
Yeah. I if I'm in the hospital, you know, somebody's got to take care of me.
I want a Filipino.
I ain't mad if it's Filipino.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're just caring people in general. And I don't know. The realistic thing is it's quick to make money, right? You always have a job. Something about Filipino thinking is always like logical.
Yeah.
Like my mom wanted to be a doctor, but her parents were like, we don't need another doctor in the family. Your sister's already going to be a doctor.
Yeah.
Like we need somebody to do accounting for the company.
Yeah.
You have to go to school for accounting now.
So it's almost
But now she's a nurse.
Yeah, what the hell?
My dad was a nurse. He used to be a vet, right? Like in the Philippines, they had a ranch and all these things, a farm. So he became a vet, or he went to school to be a vet so that he could take care of the animals in the farm. And he didn't have to like find a veterinarian, hire a veterinarian to take care of the animals. And then he moved to the US and he was like, well, nursing, you know? Like I said, they're capable and it's good money. Yeah.
So like in the Philippines, it's almost one of those things, you find your role
quick
in the family.
In the family, especially if there's a family business.
Yeah.
You know, everything's family oriented in the Philippines.
Is there a lot of pressure in that?
Yeah.
Or what? Or does it?
Yeah, but I think there's a lot of pressure in that just in any, like in any culture, if you own a family business.
Yeah.
You know, like you make decisions for the family business. It's always like make a decision for family, not for yourself.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
No,
and
that's
like I said,
cool, man.
look, that's the same way in the Mexican culture.
Yeah, it is what it. Well,
you know. Well, no,
I mean,
like
it depends.
I knew a couple of Mexican girls in Tucson.
Filipinos are the Mexicans of the Asian world, is what I hear anyway.
Oh. Well, I don't like it. We're the better version. The Spanish got it right when they landed in the Philippines.
Yeah, this guy still gives me shit. You know, La Bamba. You got Lou Diamond Phillips.
Yeah, one of your heroes, La Bamba, is Filipino. You're welcome.
Yeah, he likes to tell me the coolest Mexican
For
ever
some
lived was
reason,
Philippines.
you guys can't act your own selves. Like Selena is Puerto Rican.
Hey, we're good. Come on, man. We're getting there. George Lopez been in a few movies. We're coming up.
Yeah, name one good one.
Shark Boy, Lava Girl.
You mean Edward James almost?
Edward James almost made it.
Wonderful ice cream suit.
Hey, he was our Morgan Freeman.
Goddamn.
Kind of right.
Tijuana on sale for a couple of pesos.
Stand and Deliver was a great movie, man.
Yeah.
Great movie.
You get one right. You get one good movie every now and then, I guess. I mean, look, what am I talking?
Yeah,
the last one was Sunday Brunch with Joe Coy. Like,
Joe Coy.
And like
Joe
there was a
Coy's
lot of
great.
hope in that. I heard Steven Spielberg was like connected to it. And like now I think less of Steven Spielberg because he was connected to it. Like
So,
God
that
damn.
self-hatred. That
I know,
self-hatred running
No,
deep.
it's self-hatred in the sense that like I'm happy. Like we got like I'm happy I see you.
Yeah.
These guys out there. But it's also like, but I just also want better.
Yeah.
And by no means, like that's just my opinion. Like I'm not the biggest Joe Coy fan.
Oh, come on,
I'm not.
man.
No, but I'm not. By no means is he bad.
Oh, what a hater. Yeah,
But I'm happy he's there.
Yeah, because you're a hater, man.
All right. Well, you know,
Yeah, what are you going to do?
what am I gonna do? What am I gonna talk about if I liked everything? You'd be entertained of like, I like that. Now what?
Yeah. NC.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah. So, yeah. So, man, when did we meet? It's about 15 years
We
ago
met
now.
starting in the bar industry.
Yeah, the bar
at
industry, man.
Maloney's.
Yeah. Good times, man. Good times. Yeah, it's I wish everyone could experience,
Everybody needs to experience working in like the service industry, bar industry
yeah.
at some point. So like you realize how crazy people are.
People are
Or like how racist people are. You know?
yeah. Yeah, people
Like
are
Bruce, right? One of our best friends, Bruce.
yeah.
Every year the joke was, let's see how long we can last from the new year before somebody gets racist on you. And he never made it to like Martin Luther King Day, which is like February. Like he couldn't last a month with no racism.
Well, Bruce was half black, half Chinese,
Half
man.
Taiwanese.
Yeah.
He grew up in Taiwan. So my thing with Bruce is every time there was a new hire, I'd be like, hey, can you drop this off with Bruce? And they don't know who Bruce is.
Yeah.
I'd be like, it'll be the Taiwanese guy in glasses. And then they get over there and they're like, they come back like, hey man, there's no Taiwanese guy out there. And I bring him back and I go, hey Bruce, where were you born? He's like, Taiwan. And I go, you racist.
Oh, yeah.
You don't think this could be Chinese?
Oh yeah, that's funny, man. Yeah, working in a bar, it's here's the thing: race, size. You piss somebody off, they're just going to low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
They're going to low hanging fruit
All the time.
Go ahead.
Well, no, so there's times where they want to get racist on you.
Yeah.
Right? Like I remember there was a guy looking at me and it was like Renee. There's a couple, Renee.
Yeah.
He looks at me and he wants to get racist. And he goes like this. You goddamn Mexican.
Yeah.
He couldn't figure out what I was.
He didn't know what the hell you were.
Like he wasn't that drunk that he was wary enough to be like, I can't figure you out.
Yeah.
Or like last week, there was a guy that was just so drunk.
He's
Like, I
like,
had to tackle him. And he just kept going, what are you doing, white boy? What are you doing, white boy? And everybody's just looking. We're like, that's how drunk this guy is. Like he's looking at me. I mean, I have my hair up right now, but it's,
Oh yeah. They're like
there's no way you're mistaking me for a white guy.
Yeah, no, the guy's like, man, you kind of look Cherokee. You look Cherokee. You might be Mexican, but you smell like dumplings. So I don't know what the hell to
Well,
yell
that's what
at
I
you.
mean. Like he wanted to get racist, but he wanted to get it right.
Oh yeah.
Which is like the more racist thing is to not know what it is and just say something stupid.
See, that's the thing. I'm like the whitest Mexican to ever live.
You could probably pass for,
Oh no. Oh, I do. Everybody thinks
Yeah.
I'm Russian.
Oh,
Everybody thinks I'm Russian all the
we're
time.
going with Russian
Oh
now?
yeah, it's great, dude. I remember I was at O'Reilly Chevrolet one time.
Okay.
I'm picking up something for my truck, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm standing in line talking to some lady, and the dude on the phone, that's helping us, he's on the phone.
Yeah.
Name's Fernando, and he's dealing with something on the phone. She's like, yeah, I just moved to Vegas, just moved out of California. And I'm like, yeah, you'll like it here. It's it's a lot cheaper. And she leans over to me and she goes, there's so many Mexicans there.
It's not even, that's just an observation.
Yeah, and I'm just like,
That's not necessarily a bad thing.
well, I just go, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. See, I'm used to getting subtle racism.
Yeah.
Just because I don't
they're not
I don't
racist
look
towards
like
you.
anything.
Yeah, like
I don't look like anything.
They're trying to share their racism with you and be like, there's a lot of Mexicans there. Right?
Right?
Brother.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying, brother?
Yeah.
There's a lot of that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
You experience racism that way.
The opposite way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then, like, I'm one of those people where, like, wherever I go, like, I might look like the minority local.
Absolutely.
Like, you know, I look Cuban if I'm in Miami.
Oh, you
I
can
look
blend
Dominican
in.
Republican from when I'm in New York.
Oh, when the hair's grown out,
Oh,
you
man.
can basically
'Cause,
blend
look,
in any culture.
This isn't like the usual look. I'm
Yeah.
usually clean cut and shaven.
Yeah.
It's just during the pandemic.
I don't know if I'd say clean cut.
Well,
I don't know if I'd say clean cut. But I
it's
know what you
shorter
mean.
hair and, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't usually look like this. This is like a
he
recent
doesn't
thing.
usually look this good.
Hey, I grew out the facial hair to hide my
Hey,
face.
I love how you're blaming it on the pandemic like that wasn't 3 years ago.
Well, no, but at some point, like no one required for me to get a haircut or shave.
Oh, yeah.
And I just kept the look going, and then no one complained.
Yeah, what the hell? Hey, and
Unless except my mom.
well, and here's the thing too with the pandemic is like, it's over, right? Right? It's
Yeah,
over.
I guess.
It's over. I know. Well, here's the thing.
Well,
You're-
it's over in the sense that, like, we're not worried about polio, but there's still polio.
right? Right?
Like,
And-
we'll work around it.
yeah, we kind of figured that shit out.
We'll find a new thing.
Right? See, you travel a little bit more than I do.
Okay.
Yeah, where's where were you just at? You're in London?
I did during October, I went to Oktoberfest in Munich, and
Yeah.
then we went to Paris and Spain, and we were in London for a little while.
Yeah.
And like, look, they were a little more laxed over there. If anything, the only ever issue was like at the airport, which
Okay.
like I understand.
Yeah,
like
which
that's
is
fine.
They're always assholes.
Yeah, but
the
at that
airport.
point, like in Munich, when everybody's like drunk and shit, like you think they care if I'm
Yeah,
wearing a
nobody
mask?
gives a
Like we're all
rat's ass.
drunk off of. I drank 4 gallons of beer today. Like I don't care about anything. I don't even care about my health,
yeah.
let alone the pandemic
Obviously.
at that point. Yeah, like yeah, I've had 12 bratwursts. Like I think I don't care about life in general anymore.
Oh yeah.
You know, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, of course, man. Yeah, that's yeah, I almost forget the pandemic happened sometimes.
It's one of those like
Yeah,
weird dreams.
yeah.
It's like a weird dream.
You ever you haven't been back to the Philippines since the pandemic happened, right?
No. I went right before. I'm planning on going, hopefully, either October or February this year. Like, that's the family plan. Like, my mom kind of wants to go for her birthday or at some point.
How was it for the family out there during that?
You know, in my part of town or in my part of the province,
Yeah.
I'm sure it was really difficult in the sense that, look, when people are like, well, a respirator and all these things. Yeah, but they don't have those things.
Yeah.
Right? Like, there's one doctor.
Yeah.
Right? And like, none of this is his specialty.
How big was the province you grew up in?
When I was young, there was probably altogether like 20,000 people like in the province, maybe.
Yeah.
You know? Like, it's growing now. But like during the pandemic, it's just difficult when they're like quarantined. But they're like, dude, there's farmers. Like, they're not near anybody.
Yeah.
Like, let them work. So, you know, like a few of us rounded up some money, my family, like we threw some money in, like end up like adding up to a few $1,000s. And then we donated it to like buy like a bag of rice for like every family, like kind of help them make less. That's the thing. Like, we were talking about immigrants, like you kind of have that sense of responsibility because you're the one like that got out. Like, you got to like make yourself better. You've got the opportunity.
Yeah.
So like we donated some food, some stuff, you know, or some money to buy some food and all those things.
That's cool, man. That's good times. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I mean, I don't know how much would change out there, right? I mean, you can only do so much when you're in a village.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, no, like I said, like that's the thing. It like if somebody got real sick over there, it is a death sentence.
Yeah.
Because like now you got to like travel to Manila, like you got to travel to like the closest hospital that might have a ventilator, or you might have to travel to a hospital that has like an infectious diseases doctor.
Yeah.
Like the witch doctor down the street ain't cutting it.
Yeah.
You know, like I remember I was sick and my mom was like, I took you to a lady that like was going to massage the sickness out of you. I'm like, all right, cool. Then in the middle of the massage, my mom was like, I think that lady's got leprosy in one hand. I'm just like,
Oh, hell, Ma.
we're worried about the flu, huh? Not the leprosy in the lady's left hand.
This lady's finger just fell
Yeah.
off, Ma.
Yeah. So it was a lot of things like that.
Yeah. Oh, man.
You know,
well,
like they still got those like old wives' tales. They don't really believe in the doctor stuff,
yeah.
kind of thing. So
Like it all?
no, but like there's, they're like, hey man, if you eat this root, look, there's a lot of true things in that,
Absolutely.
but at some point, like,
Hey.
there's only so much, potato you can eat. It ain't gonna kill the coronavirus.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Like that kind of thing. Like at some point, like I need a real doctor.
Yeah, I feel
You
like,
know, like-
you get only so much eye of newt medicine.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna work.
Like maybe if I've been eating iron newt this entire time for 2
You
years,
never would've got it.
I never would have gotten it. But like my first iron newt ain't fixing it.
Yeah, good times, man. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So what's man, you traveling around?
Traveling is like
Doing
my
some-
most favorite thing.
That's
It's
your
my
thing,
favorite
right?
thing.
Yeah.
Like I like airports. I like hotel rooms.
Yeah,
I just
see,
like it.
I hate airports. I love traveling. I hate
I like
airports.
people watching.
Yeah.
I'm always like, wonder what this guy's all about. Like I always wonder, I'm like, is this guy like on a work trip? You can kind of tell.
Yeah.
I like playing that game. I'm like, is this guy on a work trip?
Yeah. Well,
Especially in Vegas, because you can always.
Oh, that's the
they're
best people
"Ah,
watching."
This guy's here to cheat on his
Oh,
wife.
yeah. It's the best people watching on earth.
Yeah.
Well, you do some writing, right?
Every now and then I write stuff for the Los Angeles Journal. Like I'll
Uh-huh.
I try and like write things that's like strictly LA based,
Uh-huh.
But like I'm based out of Tucson now, so that kind of makes it difficult.
Yeah.
So I try and find things like I just came from LA. Like I'm on a layover here. That's why I'm here.
Yeah. We squeezed you in.
You squeezed me in, and I went to go one of the Showtime PBC boxing.
Okay.
So like maybe I'll write about that, or I do a lot of like restaurant reviews. But like one of the last ones that I did, or one of the biggest ones that I did, was why all the nail salons are Vietnamese.
Oh, hell.
Because there's an answer to it, but
Yeah.
it's not like anything crazy, But
What'd you
it's
find?
it has to do with Tippi Hedren. She's all those Alfred Hitchcock movies, The
Okay.
Birds,
Yeah.
like Dakota Johnson's grandma, Melanie Griffith's mom.
Yes.
So like she did a lot of like charity work during the Vietnam War, and there was like an encampment in California. So she did a lot of charity work there, and then eventually she started running out of things to do with them. But they really appreciated her nails, so she brought in like her nail person
Uh-huh.
to be like, all right, well, like they appreciate this, and then those like initial like 24 ladies
And it spread
was
like
like
wildfire.
keep coming back, and then they learn how to do nails. And then when they finally got to leave the camp, they're like, well, we don't know anything else. So they started opening up nail salons. And as more families came from Vietnam, they're like, well, this is the one thing we know. Like, let's teach you this
Yeah.
for now. Like,
kind of goes back to that culture
yeah,
thing.
yeah, it comes back, and then it became a domino effect. So like that's why there's so many Vietnamese or Asian nail salons,
Yeah.
I guess. So it came from that.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
a dope story, actually.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So like I try and find things. I mean, those are like the better ones.
Yeah.
But like when I'm like kind of in a time crunch, like I'll do a restaurant review.
I ain't mad.
You
Ain't
know.
nothing wrong with eating, man. Ain't nothing wrong
We're
with
like,
that.
yeah, that was good.
That's kind of where our kinship really,
Yeah, exactly.
really bonded over was plates.
Yeah. Well, when you were we were roommates for a long time.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I remember like,
Good eating.
chili dog surprise.
Chili dogs. Yeah. God.
I'd wake up and my dog's eating a burrito off of his chest and he's just passed out. Things like that.
God bless, man. Good times, dude. Yeah, good times. Good times. Well, man, glad you came out, bro. It's a good talk.
Yeah, man.
Good talk.
I'm gonna try and stop by in Vegas every time. Like,
Yeah.
every time I'm flying to LA, I'm gonna make Las Vegas my layover.
Yeah, unfortunately, you guys might be stuck hearing from us more often.
Yeah,
man.
on the Something Will Come podcast, the 2 Minute Men.
The 2 Minute Men. Yeah, it's only so fitting.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
Yeah. But all right, man. Well, dude, it was great. It was great
Yeah.
talking to you. It's always great seeing you.
Always great.
Always, bro. And
you are literally like one of my best friends in the world. You're the one of the few people I'll claim to be one of my best friends in the world.
absolutely, man. We'll be boys to the end. It's glad, man. I'm glad we got to talk, dude.
Yeah.
I'm glad
you're losing weight, so when
Yeah.
you die first, I don't got to carry that heavy casket.
That's it.
You know,
It's
like
gonna
that
be
kind
easier.
we're that kind of friends.
Yeah, it's good, man. It's good talking, bro. It's good learning about your culture, general, where you came
man.
from. Anybody who listens to this, man, I hope you guys took something from this. You know, he's a good dude, and you never know who you're going to become brothers with. You know, so it's one of those things, man. It's good to learn about other people and appreciate that kind of stuff.
By the way, I know all the Alvarado brothers. This is the best one.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
the
you
best.
hear that, Tom? You hear that, Daniel? I know both of you. This one's the best one. He's also the worst one.
That's also the worst.
I don't know how that worked out.
All right, man. This is Frank and Herb from the Level 9 Studios in Las Vegas.
Yeah, man.
And
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. You'll be hearing more from us. All right, we're out here.
All right.
Thanks for listening to the Pre-Shift Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you next week for another Pre-Shift.